Hey guys, so I can't believe that 2016 is already coming to its end. We're already in the middle of December, and that's crazy to me because I just started book 2 back in end of January, beginning of February. So I thought today I'd bring to you guys my favorite books that I read in the course of 2016. So in 2016 thus far, I've only gotten to 25 books, so I'm bringing you my top 7 that were my favorites. So first up on this list, we got How Willa Got Her Groove Back by Emily McKay. So in this book, we follow the story of Willa, whose mother is dead. Her father works in film, and whenever he comes back, they always have this tradition of a certain food that they eat. But this year, it's a little different. This time, he changes up their tradition and makes them go to a fancy restaurant and get dressed up, and all of this just to find out that Willa has a new stepmother. She runs out of the restaurant, hops on a bike with this motorcycle dude to find out later that it's going to be her stepbrother. And it's just a phenomenal story. And next up on this list, we've got The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which we follow the story of Mouse, or Mallory. She grew up in not the best foster home, traumatized by it all, with only person she had to rely on back then was this boy named Ryder Stark, who she has not seen for 4 years. And now she's about to start high school, a senior year of high school in an actual public high school, to be able to speak out and all this. And who's the first person she finds there? Ryder Stark. And so we follow her journey with battling all of that and the relapse still of everything she dealt with back in that home. Is What Remains by Helen Dunbar. Helen Dunbar's book, we follow the story of Cal and Spencer and also their friend Lizzie. Lizzie didn't grow up in the best circumstances, and Cal and Spencer have kind of always been her knights in shining armor, her saviors. Until one point where Cal gets drunk and insists to drive. They get into a car accident, and Lizzie ends up dead. And so, since he was kind of her guardian, he feels a lot of backlash from this, a lot of guilt, and we follow the story of how he deals with it. Alright, so next up on this list that I got for you guys is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And in this story, we follow a thief, Mare Barrow, and she lives in this world where it's separated into 2 sections, the Reds and the Silvers. And it's more than just a label. Their label is based on blood color. The Reds are ordinary lower class, while the Silvers are the upper class with powers. But come to find out, later on while she's helping out at a job in the castle, that she is a unique Red. She is a Red with silver powers, and we follow her story throughout this. Alright. Next up, we've got The Glittering Court by Rochelle Mead, which was released this year back in March. And in this story, we follow Adelaide, who is not actually Adelaide. She was a high lady, I want to say, because I don't actually remember what she was called. But she doesn't want to be that because all this pressure to marry for the title and all of this. She doesn't want to deal with that. She wants to be ordinary. So she takes the position and switches lives with one of her servants and runs away. After meeting this man named Cedric Thorne, who his father runs the Glittering Court. The Glittering Court is a place where we teach lower class women to act like upper class, and so we can sell them off to people in the new world, to men, to be married. But the thing about this is she gains a few friends along the way, while also being one of them Cedric, who knows her secret and has promised to keep it, and she keeps his. They both need each other to survive. Alright, so the next and last 2 books are 2 in the same series, and I'm pretty sure you can figure out what these are. The first one is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas, and the second one is A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. So in these books, we follow the story of Farah, who is a huntress from the human realm. After killing a high fae, she is forced to live out a sentence in the fae realm, which most humans don't go into and don't survive, and she must live with the high fae Tamlin, who in many ways saves her life, and she saves his from this terrible curse. But in the second book, we follow the story of how she doesn't really want to be with him, although she owes a lot to him, and Rysand, the fae that she made a promise to, literally saves her life from that. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Tell me down below what your favorite book that you read of 2016 is, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hope you all have a happy holidays, and I love you guys. Bye!